So today we're talking about how generative AI is destroying art, copyright, and my will to live. We're going to look at where AI is at in mid-2025 and what it all means for artists and creatives. Can it be a helpful tool or an incredibly destructive force to art and creativity? We'll also touch on the effect it has on copyright and why I, someone who believes in copyright reform, still thinks AI has just gone too far. So before we take a look at some examples of what AI can currently do, let's set the stage a little bit. In my consumption of online content, I've noticed a lot of different genres within the AI meta, and so we're going to list them out for you now so that you can understand what kind of content is out there and give you a little tease of what's to come in the video. So my list of AI content genres is here behind me. We've got biblical videos, cute animal videos, adults as babies videos, viral bait / slop, fake trailers, fake street interviews, fake news reports. Oh boy, we're getting yikesy. Explicit / suggestive deepfakes. That's double yikesy. Political deepfakes. Yeah, that's the world we live in. Catfishing / fake creators. And finally, wannabe artists. My personal least favorite, but we're gonna get there. And yes, some of those listed are obviously more benign and harmless than others, but to kind of get an idea of what's out there, we really do have to go through all of it just to understand what we're up against. And whilst today, most of the clips I'm showing you are coming from Twitter, different social platforms definitely have different kinds of AI videos that go more viral than others. You'll see what I mean, but some of these clips are like catnip for Facebook boomers, for example, while others work better on Twitter, some go more viral on Instagram, etc., etc. Also, a lot of these clips are quite short due to AI's current limit. Like I think Google's latest video generator, VO3, has like an 8-second limit. So a lot of these clips are either going to be short clips or compilations of short clips. But speaking of Facebook boomer bait, let's get to what's first on the list: AI biblical videos. Now, the title is pretty self-explanatory, but basically these are videos depicting religious events or figures in a way that I guess I would say is digestible for a 2025 social media user. Let's take a look so you can see what I mean. People are now using AI to depict biblical stories. Satan didn't have this one on his bingo cards.
Good, fam. Your boy David here, about to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens. Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process, but no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks.
So obviously we had David and Goliath there, the guy who parted the sea, Moses? Gosh, I should know his name.
Oh, it's Shadrach. This random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match.
You know I'm a daddy's boy. He's got me in this Technicolor drip.
No. Oh, the Technicolor drip. Good Lord.
Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake.
It's just funny hearing biblical figures say words like sus and flex. Like, it just feels so odd.
I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors, and this whale. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I think you should formally apologize to God because this is not what God intended. Don't you worry, there's even more of this content out there.
People go. No idea how this is gonna go, but wish us luck.
Okay, we just left the meeting. We asked, he laughed, said no one's going anywhere. Anyway, the fight goes on.
Pharaoh, if you're watching this, this is your last chance. Let the people go, or it's gonna rain, hail, frogs, whatever.
Hashtag let my people go.
He let us go, then changed his mind. Now he's sending soldiers. We're literally running to the sea right now.
Maybe biblical figures would have had more of a revolution if hashtags existed back then.
We just got here, sea in front, army behind, no way out, everyone's freaking out. Let's see what God tells us to do.
I find it very interesting that a lot of these are in the style of like a vlog, like a selfie vlog. Because sometimes obviously AI just depicts things like as like a floating camera or a scene from a movie. But this is interesting where it's like trying to be, I don't know, found footage, I guess. I don't know.
As the sea literally opened up. I'll explain later, we're walking through now. And no, this path isn't on Google Maps.
So this is funny, right? This is a very similar scene depicted in this first video, but it's like two different takes on the same thing. It's very weird to see AI, like, I don't know, duplicate itself. Bizarre.
Didn't film the parting, was busy holding the staff. But yeah, it worked. The sea split. I'm exhausted.
Is he Australian in that one for like a second? That's just AI the Bible to make all the characters Australian, I guess.
All right, guys, we made it. Seal's behind us, Pharaoh's not. Don't forget to like, comment, and maybe bring sandals next time we walk.
Oh my. But don't worry, there's one more. AI generated. If Daniel had an iPhone, hey, my name's Daniel, and shit, I have an iPhone right here. Damn. But I'm presuming this is the biblical Daniel, so let's see what he's got for us.
Hey everyone, Daniel here. So, the king signed a law banning prayer for 30 days. Obviously, I prayed. Let's see how that goes.
All right, guys, it's official. They're throwing me into the lion's den. I'll film what I can, Dre, and if I survive, this is gonna blow up.
I remember this story. My mum used to read me the story of Daniel and the Lion. When I was a kid, my mum had this like storybook Bible version. It was for kids to like just tell them a couple of fables from the Bible. And she would always read me the story of Daniel and the Lion because, well, my name's Daniel. And my little young ass was always like, yeah, I can fight the lion. Woo!
All right, welcome to my crib. That one's asleep. That one's just staring at me. Honestly, they're kind of chill, but I'm whispering because I really don't want to wake the angry one.
Morning, folks. Still here. And they are too. That one's been staring at me since sunset. Starting to think they like me.
All right, made it out. Thank God, literally. If you watch till the end, comment what you think, and hey, maybe I come back if y'all want part 2.
Gross. I don't think there is a part 2, but I'm sure someone will generate it soon. So those videos, I think, are kind of like a Rorschach test for religious people. Like I could see a young, tech-friendly religious guy seeing these and being like, oh, cool. It's the stories I heard as a kid, but portrayed like in real life. Wow. And you could maybe have some boomers fascinated by this kind of thing, as they seem to be by most AI-generated imagery. But I could definitely see somebody interpreting these videos as like blasphemous and disrespectful, which I think they kind of are. Considering they just typed in a few words and then the AI spat this out and now they're posting it for clicks and clout. It's so obviously low effort, but I don't know. I mean, can goodwill explain this being made in like a pro-religious context? Or even someone might have such goodwill that they interpret the video as like a pro-religious piece of content? I don't know. I guess all the religious folks, you'll have to let us know down in the comments. And I think this is where things start to get a little bit nuanced in terms of how people react to seeing AI. Because I think some people don't really mind looking at AI generated content as long as it's portraying something that they want to see, even if they know it's fake. These videos are not pretending to be actual recovered footage from like Moses's iPhone, you know what I mean? People know that what they're looking at is fake. But as we go on, we will see a more nefarious type of content that isn't all that interested in being upfront with its fakeness. And I think that's where things start to get really murky. But we're going to keep it light, and for now we're going to move on to our next genre, AI cute animal videos. And again, this one is pretty self-explanatory, and I think it makes sense, right? Like cat and dog videos have kind of held up the internet since time immemorial. So it's no surprise that they'd be one of the first genres of content hoovered up by this all-consuming AI beast. But personally, I find the AI animal content to just have an extremely uncanny vibe, and I'll show you what I mean. So it's usually pretty generic stuff like this, like, hey, look, we made a cat into a couch. There's stuff like this, which is kind of semi-brain rot type of content, but I think it's also trying to capitalize on the cuteness of the animals. Like, oh, he's so cute, he's all sad, and the big one picked him up. Like, I don't even know what I'm watching, but oh man, is it just weird and uncanny. Like, why is the cat in a wife beater? I don't get it. I don't know why they're portraying the cats as rich. Like, is this what people want to imagine? Just what if cat had lots of money, you know? Oh, this is so weird. It's so uncanny. I don't like it. This is an account that I found that kind of regularly posts AI generated animal content, usually with cats, like Cat Top Gun. I don't even, it's just so weird to have an entire account dedicated to posting these completely fake ass videos. I don't want to see a cat making sushi. If I want to see a video of a cat, I want it to be doing actual real cat stuff, not whatever the hell this is. There's also a lot of like AI generated dog content because I think cats and dogs are both very cute and definitely lend themselves to this genre of content. But the dog stuff does definitely get a little strange and wacky. We can see here in this video, which has this very weird AI music. Oh my goodness gracious me. So this video is depicting countries as dogs' bosses. So these are the big bosses of oh God. And yeah, we basically get a bunch of different countries. Italy just portrayed as AI and dogs. German Shepherd, I guess. There's already a dog that represents Germany, like Croatia. And they all have suits on for some reason. I don't know why. They're all dripped the fuck out. I don't know. This is also definitely getting into like brain rot territory, but I think still with content like this, the novelty does, at least part of it, come from the animals depicted, even though it's all just completely fake. So again, what we're looking at here is pretty benign and harmless. Like most people watching this kind of stuff are just using it as timeline filler, right? Like it comes up while you scroll, you spend a few seconds watching it, maybe watch the whole video, and then you keep scrolling as though you've been Men in Blacked. I mean, personally, I think there's something novel and sweet about actual videos of cats and dogs doing cat and dog stuff. There's an authenticity in seeing animals act in an unplanned and unpredictable way. But all of these AI videos have a predetermined and prompted outcome. So there's no unpredictability about it. It's like the mushy food equivalent of content. Like it'll keep babies and old people happy, but it's not going to do much for most other people. But speaking of babies, our next genre is adults as babies, which is definitely capitalizing on the same like cuteness receptors that are going on with the animal videos. You know, baby animals and baby humans are sweet and cute to look at. And sometimes I think our brain wants to see something sweet and cute, even when what we are seeing, we know is uncanny as hell. Because I think what we've got going on here is a mixture of like kind of cute and ha ha ha, what the fuck. First up, we have good old Joey Rogan. Yeah! This is, I know he's not really like baby Joe Rogan, but it's kind of baby-fied Joe Rogan. Like he's not got the full baby features, but they've obviously sort of baby-fied him. We've got a Alex Jones cameo. God, these AI videos are so bizarre, man. We got the South Park boys portrayed as babies, which is kind of weird because South Park is obviously, it's animated, right? Like it's not live action. So I guess there's already kind of a novelty to seeing animated characters in live action. And there are other videos like that we'll get to later, but I thought this one was interesting because the boys in South Park are not this young. They're not like babies, but this video is obviously chosen to portray them as babies. It's also weird because the song Cartman is singing here is probably copyrighted, but I'll play you a few seconds of it.
She's a bitch and Wednesday to Saturday she's a bitch. Then on Sunday just to be different, she's a super king, come may a bitch.
That song is called Kyle's Mom is a Big Fat Bitch, I think is the name of the song. But yeah, I guess even though Cartman is singing something extremely vulgar, it's like cute to watch this because they have baby faces, I guess. Here we have, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Black, all these... Jack Black? Captain Jack Sparrow. Ah, yes. And Johnny Depp plays him. Okay, sorry. I got confused there for a second. But yeah, this is, you know, more kind of slop brain rot type stuff where it's like, oh, I know Pirates of the Caribbean, but now I'm seeing it with them as babies. Ooh, so cool. Like, ugh, okay. So I genuinely don't know if this post is satire or if he's being serious here, but he says, paid my tuition thanks to AI baby videos. Took minutes to create and they're going viral. Just look at the views these shorts are getting. Want to start earning easy money too? Like, retweet, and comment baby. Make sure you're following and I'll send you the full guide. And it's just all these baby-fied AI videos. Oh God, it's so gross. The content farm slopification of all of it just sucks. So as you can see, it's pretty bottom of the barrel stuff, but this is where we start to get into some interesting territory regarding copyright. These baby videos, as cute as they are completely unoriginal. They're all based off of existing characters or figures. is. But as you can see here, what's very interesting about this latest AI craze is that AI actually cannot currently hold a copyright. AI tools do not currently have a legal status and cannot own copyright. It is the human contributor who would own copyright if a work was protected. Additionally, AI does not have any rights under copyright law, and therefore there is no legal obligation to indicate that AI was used to generate the work. Basically meaning no one, not the person who typed in the prompt, not even the company that owns the software that generated the video, can actually own the copyright to any of these AI works. They're all kind of public domain, and as someone who is critical of the excessive lengths of copyright protection, I'm kind of torn on this. That South Park video we watched is adapting a song that they released in 1997 in an episode and again in 1999 in the movie. But either way, that's over 25 years ago. And in principle, right, in theory, I personally believe that 25 years is about a good amount of time for copyright protection to cover. But I think after that, it should just go into the public domain. That still gives artists 25 years to profit from the work and oversee the way in which it's distributed. But I think that would also then balance the ability for the culture to repurpose and reuse and even recontextualize some of the works, which I think if the work had a significant impact on the culture, then giving it back to the culture to repurpose it, I don't think is all that much of a bad thing. And public domain isn't the end of profit, right? Like if the first few seasons of South Park went into the public domain, Paramount could still stream them and sell the DVDs and make a profit. It just means that repurposing of the work, kind of in ways like this, but hopefully more original creative ways, would be okay. And it could potentially let the fans be able to share and repurpose some of the content of a show that they clearly have come to love and form a community around. But even within all of that framework, I just can't be okay with the fact that if a fan did try to repurpose some of the early seasons of South Park and posted that as a video without using AI, they would probably get some kind of a takedown notice or maybe even a lawsuit. But these AI slop generators can make these videos and violate copyright quicker than the law can keep up with them. And that's by design, right? These AI companies know that there is no way you can have a good AI video generator without letting your software scrape basically the entirety of copyrighted works that are out there. So there are like a lot of ongoing AI lawsuits, and I don't think we'd be able to cover every one, but there's a couple that I think are relevant in mentioning. So the New York Times is taking OpenAI to court, suing them for copyright infringement, basically alleging that ChatGPT used New York Times articles along with other copyrighted media to train its chatbot. And while the Times is leading the lawsuit, there have been some other publishers that have jumped on. However, some of them have jumped off and actually taken a settlement or what they call a content sharing agreement with OpenAI, which is really sad. But I also can't really blame the small publishers for doing that. Because like, if this massive company is making huge profits off of your work, what are you going to do? Do you want to be sitting around whinging in court for years? Or do you want to take the compensation that they're offering you now? Obviously, both options suck. And I guess I just can't blame a small publisher for not wanting to see it through. But I am glad that the New York Times seems willing to follow this lawsuit through to the end, which I think would be a good thing. Because yeah, like, come on, there is just no way of building a capable chatbot / image generator with such variety and scope if you haven't scraped the entirety of copyrighted works from like every outlet that you possibly can. This freaking dork, Nick Clegg, literally admitted it in an article in The Verge. Nick Clegg says, asking artists for use permission would kill the AI industry. I mean, that just says it all, right? These guys who are in the industry know that asking for permission is just no way of doing business. It's all about asking for forgiveness, baby. That was a lesson I learned when I was like 5, and I guess that's how major economic industries are being run now. Fantastic. So also, word on the street is that the first AI company to achieve artificial general intelligence, or AGI, which is like the big light at the end of the tunnel for these companies. The first company to get there, let's just say the CEO will become a trillionaire. The company will make more money than you could ever imagine. And because of the sheer capability of AGI, all of the competition will be just completely blown out. And so for these companies, copyright lawsuits is literally just a cost of doing business. And they're all just betting that they'll get to AGI quicker than the lawsuits can wrap up. Then the amount of profit that they're going to make is just going to null and void any potential payout that comes from a lawsuit, which is depressing. Back to consuming more ungodly AI slop. So our next genre is viral bait/slop, which mostly speaks for itself. These videos are just weird, man. I mean, it's just a lot of, as the title suggests, really dumb slop.
Can't shoot me, I'm not black enough! I'm tweaking. Well, now I can't stop sucking on it.
Yeah, so Bigfoot vlogs. There's a lot of Bigfoot vlogs, weirdly enough. I don't know how that became such a massive genre. Here we have an LA dentist using Bigfoot vlogs to advertise.
Woo. Not skydiving, fucking drinking. Holy shit, boys! And you guys said monkeys couldn't fly, woohoo!
Dumb, lame.
Kyle, I respect it, just wasn't ready to meet the extra fork on the first date.
Why
Just got to third base, turns out it was bigger than mine. Fuck that, I'm out.
It's so dumb. I don't know why this Bigfoot core genre is so big. These kinds of videos I find quite interesting. And the reason I call them viral bait is because they're supposed to make you think that it's real even when it's not. So this is like a really elaborate costume or something, but I'm pretty sure this is entirely AI. But it's really presented in a way that looks genuine. Like you can even see the shadow of the phone on the guy. Like it's very detailed, but it's not real. People kind of want you to think that it's real. These videos get shared in very interesting contexts because these kinds of videos definitely get shared specifically to trick people into thinking that it's a real video. This kind of stuff, just super generic AI demonstration videos. This is definitely what I would consider like viral slop because it's nothing, right? It's not even trying to say anything. It's not even trying to make a little joke or like a storyline. It's just complete dribble, like nothing. People getting arrested for putting pineapple on pizza, just dumb stuff, dumb threads that are literally meant to be this, like a viral thread that a shitload of people watch, 250,000 views. Maybe they get a bit of ad money and that's all they need it for. Now, this was one that I genuinely saw a lot of people sharing as though this was real. This was kind of the first AI video that I saw people really falling for. Like they thought this was so real and it turns out it's not. I mean, you can tell because the woman's hand goes from not having a ring to having a ring. But yeah, it's depicting a kangaroo support animal. I think that's what the caption is. This is unfair because he has his ticket and his carry-on luggage and he's less of a nuisance on the plane than a drunken British tourist. Look at that sad face. Oh gosh. But yeah, people thought this was real, that someone was really trying to bring a kangaroo emotional support animal. Yeah, very, very bizarre. I've seen these fake AI ASMR videos, which is so bizarre to me. It's like you can't cut rock with a knife, but they do these videos where it's like fake ASMR. Super, super bizarre. And unfortunately, I could see this kind of content really being popular, which is even more sad. Stuff like this, I would definitely call it bait AI videos of the future of Britain, where it's like...
Tobe, blending in, yeah? Come get your fresh meat, no pork, all halal, mashallah. Well, that's breakfast.
It's like trying to imagine like a version of the UK that's taken over by Islam, I guess. And it's bait because it wants people to get either offended or like on board with this kind of video. So it's genuinely just being put out to create conversation and controversy and get people talking and make a couple of ad bucks. These ones are just really dumb. It's where it like fakes a influencer type of video.
The first plunge into an active volcano. Let's send it.
We spent $50 million to rebuild the Titanic just to sink it again.
That is probably something Mr. Beast would do. But also it's funny that the AI has stolen so many Mr. Beast videos that this guy's jumper says Mr. Beast on it. Like you're kind of giving away the game a little bit there, AI. Oh, this one's weird.
Covered my entire body in compost and waited to see what started growing.
I mean, it's sad too because back in the day, these kinds of dumb, silly, viral videos were at least made by real people and at least some actual person would get the benefit of going viral. Now it's just complete fake bullshit nothing. Gross. This one says AI influencers are funnier than the real thing.
One man is enough to fight a gorilla.
Welcome to the Chernobyl challenge. I'm gonna lick this glowing pole. Let's see how many views this gets.
It's green screened out, but that poll was green.
Shoot! Just content!
Bathing in liquid cement until it hardens.
Dumb. It's just dumb. It's complete brain rot slop. That's all I gotta say about that. Our next genre is fake AI trailers. Ho ho. So I'm sure you've either seen these pop up in your feed, or maybe someone you know has texted you one of these thinking that it was real. Basically, these are trailers for completely fake projects that don't exist, that are usually entirely AI generated. Maybe sometimes they like throw in a couple of shots from an existing TV or movie just to kind of keep you on your toes. I guess it's supposed to try and get people excited if they wanted a sequel to something or some version of something that isn't actually being made, but they want it to be made. Enough yapping from me. I'll show you what I mean and you'll get the idea. So if we just search AI trailer, I just wanted to do this to show you the thumbnails, because the thumbnails to these are so crazy. Here we have 90s Power Rangers with Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves. Oh my lord. An Aladdin 1950s Panavision trailer, and the thumbnail is just, oh my goodness. That is, that's disturbing, guys. Aladdin's a kid's, oh jeez, wow. A fake AI trailer for Sonic 3. Oh, Minecraft crossover? Yo! X-Men, The New Era. Yes. AI X-Men. Little Mermaid starring Danny DeVito. But yeah, I mean, you've really got everything. Here we have Resident Evil, AI trailer, you know, oh, guy running away from zombies. This just looks so uncanny. How do you watch this and get enjoyment out of it? Okay, this one is super uncanny. This is the Simpsons movie trailer. So it's like live action Simpsons with Adam Sandler as Homer. This extremely uncanny Adam Sandler. Oh, just nightmare fuel Kristen Wiig. What the hell? This looks like the worst possible scrapped SNL sketch. I can't take any more of this crap. Ugh, just gross. Titanic 2? We love that. We love another Titanic. What would that even be? Did they build another boat? I don't know. A new chapter? What, of what? The ship sank at the end of the movie. Oh, Leo survived. And he has to crawl through snow for I'm out. I can't do this. Oh, this one I found. What if the Bible had a movie trailer? And I guess this is kind of like the biblical stuff, but God, a fake trailer for the Bible movie. iRobot 2, this time with Elon Musk. Oh man, that's so dumb. Because Elon has kind of embraced AI, he does appear in a lot of AI generated content, and it's just, it's gross and lame. There's also some stuff like this, which is not exactly like a trailer, but it's definitely containing copyrighted characters and storylines. But this is sort of like, I don't know, let's just watch it and you'll see what
And that was tough. Want to go grab a drink?
Say less, fam.
Well, here we are. We just pulled up to this dive bar we found on Yelp. I guess it'll do.
So he's got a Superman logo, but I guess this is supposed to be Robin?
As long as they've got Jameson, I'm Gucci fam.
Guys, Bruce just ordered another shot. It's getting pretty lit in here.
I'm lit. You just had 3 Long Islands in a row.
It's dumb. They're trying to be like, hey, what if your favorite character, Batman and Robin, did these weird vlog things? I don't know. Oh yeah, this is cringe too, where they kind of mash up like a few different existing franchises. Just, you're not going to guess what this mashup is.
Batman clogged the toilet again.
This sounds like a job for Aquaman. Aquaman!
Justice League mashup of The Office. It's like, oh, what if the Justice League just lived in an ordinary office and had office shenanigans? They just like me, for real.
Has taken over a building downtown and is threatening to blow it up.
Is it the aquarium? It's not the aquarium. It's never the fucking aquarium.
Meanwhile, in the break room.
It really is so uncanny. The sound effects even are off.
Did somebody call for help in here?
No.
Jingle bells, Batman smells.
Is it me or do I smell fish?
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Nah, I hate it. I'm sorry, but I hate it. And then, of course, you got like Star Wars nerds. Better writing than any current Star Wars production. Okay, let's see what Star Wars stuff they've got.
Okay, so we're in the middle of an active firefight. People are screaming, stuff's exploding, and Greg's over there building the damn snowman.
Okay.
Bro, I've had enough.
It's like a really lame wannabe SNL sketch. Like, they've done Star Wars SNL sketches. Like, this is not an original idea even. What were the stormtroopers up to? It's lame, it's dumb, it's AI generated, and it sucks.
I don't get paid enough for this shit. Dude, we are so dead.
I think I disabled the shields instead of the landing gear.
Cool. Love that for us.
What do you mean better writing? This shit sucked ass. This was awful. One thing I really hate about this new AI craze is there are so many guys online that I don't know if there's like a mass delusion or they're just pretending that they think this stuff is impressive. Like, God, it's mind-numbing. Okay, now, as funny as all of that is conceptually, this also actually gets us a bit further down the copyright rabbit hole. So, as you can see here, studios are reportedly profiting off of fake AI trailers on YouTube. So the studios that own these properties that are having fake trailers made of them, DC is obviously referenced here, they're copyright claiming a lot of these fake trailers, but not to take them down. Oh, no. They're copyright claiming them just to take the profit. So they don't like care about their art being infringed upon or anything like that. And they don't even want it to be taken down. They're just like, if it's going to be out there, let me get the money from this slop. Which is even weirder because, as we covered before, AI can't technically hold a copyright, which is why this is all so freaking murky. The best way that I can understand it is that it's kind of like a mixture of copyright violation in terms of the likenesses of the characters and then also plagiarism of characters and storylines and that kind of thing. So it's not exactly copyright infringement of the work itself, it's more of the stuff that is being depicted within the work. And on top of that, we have another lawsuit recently being filed by Disney and Universal against Midjourney, which Midjourney is primarily like an image generator. I think maybe they do short videos as well. But I mean, in the lawsuit, they literally describe it as a bottomless pit of plagiarism. I think that's pretty accurate, to be honest. So again, this is where I'm a little bit torn, right? Because I'm not in favor of the tear it all down approach to copyright reform, but it does make me feel very uncomfortable that these mega corporations are the only entities that are like enabled and empowered to take action on the plagiarism and theft that's going on here, which does sort of tie in our next genre of AI slop, fake street interviews. So this video is probably best exemplified by the Hawk Tour video that was released like last year. Basically, you have usually guys going up to usually girls that are either drunk or out on the town having a good night out, and they'll ask them like sexually suggestive questions, usually about them or about a topic. Of course, in the infamous Hawk Tour video, she was asked, what's one move in bed that makes a guy go crazy? And her response was so iconic that a year later, she's already been cancelled for a crypto scam. So that's great. But that's kind of a unique story. Like, most of these videos just end up being viral slop, but at least they're human made. And whilst these creators do struggle to gain attraction, at least they're putting themselves out there and giving content creation a go. I mean, yes, the guy who made the Hawk Tour video and posted it still has under 2,000 followers, whilst Haley Welch has 2.4 million. But, you know, I think there's an authenticity to a content creator pushing forward and giving it a try, even in the face of failure. Oh, like and subscribe, by the way. And look, I am by no means calling street interviews high art. Like, they're oftentimes misogynistic, lazy, and cheap. But they are an authentic expression of humanity, a genuine portrayal of the human experience, whether they mean to be or not. So when you take that content but recreate it with less authenticity, less actual human interaction and like genuine expression, then what you're left with is pretty bleak. So we got a couple examples here. AI street interviews. I'll show you the audio just so you can get the idea of how crap these are.
Biggest mistake you've ever made?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that I've ever made is thinking that I have to change for other people, or I have to continue valuing other people's opinions and feelings more than my own.
What? Why? What was the point of that? Who cares? Like, that was a shitty ass video. Like, you were able to generate that, sure, but was it good content? No, not in my opinion. This is weird. People do like a medieval mashup.
Woke up, stepped in dung, got taxed, and that was before breakfast.
Do you enjoy your work?
Oh yeah, it's honest work.
The executioner,
and no one talks back.
What do you think of King Henry?
Oh, well, he's very committed to marrying.
Bruh.
Stop. This shit is just so lame. And it's so uncanny and weird. I do kind of hate that it's so realistic. Like, it is from a purely technical standpoint, it is kind of impressive. But what you're using that technology to do just sucks ass. Can you believe this? It is 100% AI. No one can tell it was created with Google VO3. Well, we all can tell because you put it in the caption of the video. Viral street interview.
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give him that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
That one definitely was copying Hawktua's shtick. She should sue. But yeah, so as you can see, like, what we're looking at there is just so cheap and just vapid, just completely nothing content. Like, it's cheaply imitating content that is already barely content to begin with. And not to ride or die for street interviewers, but these videos, especially that last one, was clearly trained off of actual street interviewers that went out and filmed these things in real life that then gets sucked into the AI to train their competitors. Like, come on, guys. The Hawktua guy is barely cracking 2K followers. We're really gonna take away more of his opportunities whilst stealing his art to train his competitor that is now gonna get more views than him. Oh boy. Whatever you think about these interviewers as people, I just think that that is wrong and not fair. And what's sad to me is that pretty much the only reason that big studios like Disney and Universal can go after these plagiarists is because they have access to large amounts of capital. There are tons of regular artists having all of their content pretty much stolen by these softwares, but none of them have access to any kind of legal remedies. Like, I just think that there's no reason that everyone who is having their content stolen shouldn't be able to fight against these fucking AI plagiarists. Like, it's just sad to me that in this society we live in, only those with really fat wallets basically have the privilege of having their injustices recognized. The rest of us kind of just have to sit back and watch them rob us. I mean, maybe we could make like a call out video or something, but that's pretty much the extent of the arsenal that us normies have in fighting against this AI bullshit. What a freaking world to live in, baby. Hell yeah. But in case you had any hope left for humanity, our next genre is fake news reports. Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting couple of years for the internet, I tell you. So yeah, these are pretty much what you'd expect. Videos that look like news reports of a host reporting news in a studio, but it's just completely fake. And I do want to be clear, some of these that even I'm going to show you are purely illustrative. Like, I think even in the video, they make it clear that it's not real. But let's have a look so that you know what I'm talking about. This is a fake AI news report.
Look, Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified... Just kidding, I'm not real.
So I don't know if the person who made this was like really scared of, you know, having like an Oppenheimer moment. So he wanted to really be clear that these videos were fake. This is another one that I saw. It's like a fake.
Devil resides in Gary, Indiana. Can we stop the Taliban?
Yeah, the Halibin forced me out of Milwaukee. It's been 4 straight.
I don't know, man. A deer talking to the news reporter. What are we looking at? So yeah, obviously those videos that I showed you are pretty harmless and not going to do much damage, but it doesn't take a vivid imagination to imagine what these kinds of videos could be used for. Kind of any scenario is really, really bad. Like, I just don't see a positive case for AI generated news reports. I guess the best case, or the less worst case, would be to have an AI generated news person deliver the news to people. But in that scenario, you'd no longer be paying a real life host. You would lose a certain amount of human connection in your news reports. And if you have an AI host that's delivering actual news, then all that will happen is that AI host will become a target, because if somebody AIs that host into saying something that's fake, now all you've done is prime people to believe that what that AI host says might be real. So just terrible, terrible possibilities. And not to mention the obvious labor issues that come along with basically eliminating hosts, crew members, writers, like all of these actual jobs that people do are in danger of being just totally zapped by this dumbass AI shitty version. And not to mention that the hosts that are currently doing the news is probably the footage that was used to train these kinds of AI to recreate them. So they'd be having their jobs stolen by the software that they helped to train. Like, it is very dystopian. It's madness. And you know what? It just keeps getting better today, because our next topic is explicit and suggestive deepfakes. Bruh. Oh, God. Now, this topic is very yikesy and probably the saddest and scariest thing we're going to talk about today. And for obvious reasons, there's only so much that I can actually show you, so I'm going to have to describe a lot of this one. But basically, it's this crazy, fucked up trend where people will generate deepfakes of random people, usually celebrities and usually women, but not always. And it'll portray them in either provocative or sometimes just straight up explicit and graphic scenarios completely without their consent. I mean, this has ranged from random high school girls having this kind of stuff made about them by classmates, celebrities having NCII shared of them. And I have a recent example of this girl here on Twitter who posts, "No joke, can anything legally be done about this?" So this is someone commenting on a post of hers, tagging Grok, saying, "Grok, give her puppy eyes, then splatter glue all over her face, dripping all over her face, while sticking her tongue out and with a visible pinkish blush spreading throughout her face, primarily in her cheek area." So Grok then generates this image and puts it in this girl's replies. Some people out there are just like evil, man. Oh, man. So yeah, Grok is like Twitter's AI that can basically be summoned with just a tag in the replies. And this stuff to me is like, at best, is a creepy new way of incels to get off to strangers. And at worst, it is an entirely new avenue of awful, horrible people online harassing women just trying to exist on the internet. And this one to me, honestly, should just be straight up illegal, no questions asked. I know America recently passed the Take It Down Act, and Australia, I believe, has the Online Safety Act. And I have heard criticisms of these laws from a free speech perspective, and I am certainly sympathetic to those concerns. But honestly, I personally think this kind of stuff just does way too much harm when it's unregulated to not have some kind of laws on the books. The victims of these kinds of crimes, they desperately need to be able to have some kind of legal recourse against this bullshit. And if the law has imperfect stipulations when it comes to speech, we can just improve the law, but we really need to have protections in law for people who are being victimized in this way, in my opinion. Because yeah, without laws clamping down on this sort of shit, it is only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse with the laws. But moving on to something else that is only going to get worse with time, we're going to talk about political deepfakes. So this is where a politician will be deepfaked into a scenario that basically is not real or didn't happen. And as terrifying and scary as that sounds, I've actually noticed that most of the content I've seen in that kind of genre is pretty harmless and usually just silly. Like, for example, there's a lot of Minecraft videos. There's an entire playlist of Minecraft politics. So yeah, like fake AI gaming videos, just silly stuff like that. This is honestly a lot of the political deepfake content that I've seen, which is kind of refreshing only in the fact that it's not something that's horrific and dangerous and scary. It's just a bit silly.
Wait, there's no way. Guys, the server's back online.
Yeah, we know, Kier, you dribbling pleb. We've all been on the server for hours.
Yeah, innit, what took you so long to get online, mate? I sent the email out ages ago.
Well, I'm sorry, guys, but if you weren't aware, I've got a fucking country to run.
Yeah, run into the bloody ground more like. You absolute mouth breather.
Oh, piss off.
So if anyone not familiar with British politics, this is the current Prime Minister of the UK, along with a bunch of the people that either were Prime Minister before or have been in the running for Prime Minister. So it's just a who's who of like famous British political figures. And they're just playing Minecraft. And it's like a silly sketch where they're just playing around in Minecraft. So, you know, is this really all that dangerous or offensive to me? No, not really. If I'm going to play you a gaming political deepfakes, I would be remiss not to share this gem with you from Trump.
Know what you look like and where you live.
Well, I use a VPN, so
that is so Cap Jr. I just pulled your IP. I've got it right now.
Cap Jr. That is Cap.
No, you don't. Huh? Say
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where you're from.
That's not. Hey!
Oh, I just pulled your IP. 308 Negra Aurora Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's you, isn't it?
No.
I'm on Google Earth right now. I see a pizza on your roof.
That's my grandma's house. Nice try.
No, what? So you're playing at your grandmother's house? You're a loser. Don't even joke to me. You're a loser. Playing at grandma's. What, is she going to make you cookies and milk?
Trump drinking the Mountain Dew. I mean, to be honest, this one, I don't know if someone's doing a Trump impersonation and a Walt Jr. impersonation, so maybe this is more real than fake. I do give this a little chuckle. You know, I hate to say it, but it's a little bit funny. But yeah, obviously no major geopolitical issues are going to come out of videos like this. It's just people goofing around online. I mean, I would have to guess at this point that like every politician around the earth is familiar with how dangerous and capable AI is. So I do think if a nefarious deepfake were being spread, I have to believe that politicians and journalists would be pretty quick to try and dispel any kind of fake content that's out there. But on that, I guess we'll just have to see. I haven't seen any major like political deepfake faux pas occurred, but if that does happen, I guess we'll talk about it here. Oh, I've also seen a lot of AI generated stuff to simp politicians and basically suck up to them, which I think is so lame. This clip, which I believe was shared by Elon Musk himself, shows Trump and Elon dancing to Staying Alive. It's okay, we are gonna die one day. AI will kill us and we're fucked. Oh my god, we are so fucked. And then there was also this one, which I think was also shared by Elon, of a bunch of the Trump like figures, JD Vance and Elon's here. I honestly don't really get this one, but Elon did share this, so just bizarre, man. Just bizarre. But yeah, this, I think, is supposed to be pro Elon and Trump. It's hard to tell, honestly, with these. And I would also be remiss if I didn't mention the haters who do use AI in a political context to basically dunk on the opponent. So I'm going to show you a couple of anti-Trump AI memes. We've got here Trump being like arrested. Oh, you know, they finally got him, taking him to jail. This is one posted by the actual Democrats of Elon walking Trump like a dog, I guess, to portray their relationship. Here we have kind of the opposite, Trump walking Elon like a dog. So, you know, just AI to humiliate them, I guess. Crying baby Trump. Oh. God, that is cursed. Just trying to dunk on Trump, portraying him as a baby. This, I think, was around the time when Trump made a comment about kids having less dolls because of the tariffs or something. So here's an image portraying that. This one we have This one we have world leaders playing chess while Trump plays Hungry Hungry Hippo. It's so like libbed up and kind of cringe in an ironic way. It becomes funny. I don't know. And then of course, I'm sure everyone knows that JD Vance has just had a absolute barrage of AI images made of his face. Here we've got a nice compilation showing a bunch of different JDs. Just some real wacky stuff over here, guys. Oh boy. Oh, and there was also this video of Trump sucking Elon's toes that was played at a Department of Urban and Housing Development office building. Warning, the following video contains suggestive content. Long live the real king is what it says, and it depicts Trump sucking Elon's toes. This was played at a government building. To me, this is actually kind of a funny form of like dissent, but ultimately this and the memes of people dunking on Trump, it's all pretty harmless, right? It's not going to create major geopolitical crises. Maybe one day they will, but not yet. So our next form of content is fake AI catfishers. Now, I'm sure you're asking, Dan, aren't catfishers like fake already? Well, yes, but they do still usually have to be actively messaging and courting their mark, being attentive in some way to the scam that they're pulling. But with AI, they can take their catfishing scam to pretty much a whole new level. So usually like a good way to catch a catfishing account is to just check the profile photo, right? And if it's a photo that already exists out there or it belongs to someone else, then you know what you're dealing with. But now they can generate both the image for the account and the conversation that goes on, which basically just frees up the scammer to scale up the operation and scam more people. And whilst it is definitely helpful to check the profile photo, nowadays it is harder to tell, right? AI is a lot better at generating images, and some real people do Photoshop or beauty filter their photos, so the waters are all pretty muddy at this point. So catfishing obviously can normally be done on like a personal pen pal level, but I wanted to show you this form of catfishing that I also think can be really nefarious. ChatGPT created her face. Then I trained another AI to generate her pics, videos, and full content set. Once she was alive, she went live on FanView, started making money within 48 hours. Now watch me do it again in 4 steps. And this is basically like a fake AI girl that's out there messaging people. Oof. So I'm assuming what someone like this would do or potentially would do with this kind of thing is use this fake person to generate nude images, post those, and then get subscribers to like an OnlyFans or something, and then chat with paying subscribers who will potentially pay for custom-made AI-generated nudes, which is just extremely nefarious. Like, I know it's hard to feel bad for someone who's messaging an AI for nudes, but I do think that subscribing and messaging to OnlyFans creators is not a crime. Like, it's totally legal, and you shouldn't be subject to being victim of a scam just because you wanted to get that nut. We've all been there, homie. It obviously also devalues and takes business away from actual real OnlyFans creators out there who now have to compete with AI that can post pics 24/7 and probably generate stuff that's way more specific and kinky potentially. I also think this kind of scam is actually really quite sad for the victims because it's so embarrassing that a lot of people who get scammed like this are just not going to tell anyone. And so they may be victim of a scam and just never seek any kind of justice out of sheer embarrassment, which is just very sad. But speaking of embarrassment or lack thereof, we're going to talk about our final genre of content today, and that is fake wannabe artists. Something that particularly offends me as a real wannabe artist. But yeah, I'm talking about accounts online that have access to a generative AI software and thinks that that makes them the next David Fincher. And I'll show you some examples of what I mean, because these guys really be posting stuff that they think is deep and meaningful and has something to say in some sort of a way, but ultimately, in my opinion, are just the pinnacle of like cheap, soulless slop content that, if we're all being honest, you're only doing for like a little taste of virality and maybe a couple of ad bucks. So someone says here, AI sitcoms may be the way forward for digital entertainment. Firstly, what the fuck are you talking about? No, they won't, you idiot. But let's see what he thinks is the future of entertainment.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thanks, but what do you think we should call the baby?
It's just sad. Nothing's made in the U.S. anymore.
Oh,
Even this one says built-in antenna.
So?
I don't even know where that is.
We've had reports from your neighbors that your dog was chasing a kid on a bike.
That's ridiculous. My dog doesn't even know how to ride a bike.
Okay, bro, this shit wouldn't even get picked up for a pilot season. Like, what the hell are we talking about? It frustrates me that these guys, they can't just say like, isn't the technology cool? But, you know, the art is kind of shit. They have to gaslight themselves into thinking that what they're posting is some valuable high art in some way. This Mortal Kombat fan film is 100% AI generated. I used a full AI stack to create Elemental Showdown from over 500 clips. And it's just like this dumbass fake trailer. Isn't there already a Mortal Kombat movie? Like, you don't need to make this. There already exists one, man. There's like 11 of those fucking games. You've got enough Mortal Kombat content that's actually deliberately made. You don't need to do this slop bullshit. This I see a lot where it's like people take scenes and they try to fix them or make them better. Someone says, someone recreated a scene from the original Harry Potter with the new actors from the HBO show using AI. It cost $87 and a few hours for one person. I'm not convinced they need to film. The whole movie can soon be generated. Come on, man. In the AI version, firstly, it's like got a worse crop and the shot looks worse. And then the faces are really uncanny. Also, what would be the point of doing a remake and just changing the faces? I think the point of doing another interpretation of Harry Potter is that it's going to at least be like a little bit different, a little bit unique compared to the original movies. Also, look how awful that scar is. What the hell am I looking at? That looks ass, man. Here someone has made a Blade Runner inspired cyberpunk thing, which is like, okay, cool. You created fancy looking visuals. To what end? I have no idea. Oh, this one actually like really offends me. Everyone can do anime/manga animation. Instead of spending hundreds of hours drawing lines, you can just rough sketch and prompt it. Focus on the story instead of the repetitive pencil work. What a time to be alive. And it's basically a video that's like showing you how you can like steal AI generated works. They recently added a Studio Ghibli mode to ChatGPT where it basically steals the art style of Studio Ghibli. And this video is pretty explicitly saying not only should you steal this kind of anime art style, but this is the kinds of shots that you can use to steal it more efficiently. Oh man, it's just actually honestly kind of offensive if I'm being real. Here someone tried to actually make like a movie. Watch My Robot and Me, a short film I made with Joanna Stern. Every single frame was created with AI. Take a look and then read below for how we made it. It's like, okay, and the Wall Street Journal is getting on board with this. It's just, this is so dumb. What worth is there to this? I do not see any fucking value in this kind of slop. Even if it's your job, this was a waste of time for you to do at your job. A movie about a world war, I mean, gosh, it's not like we don't have a bunch of those that already exist and are actually meaningful and full of like genuine human expression. A few years and we'll all be creating and sharing our own full-blown movies and series. It's like, no, I don't want to just be able to press a button and have this AI slop come onto my feed. I want movies and series to be made with intention by people who are collaborating to make art and to stimulate the audience in some kind of a way, make them think and feel. Not this crap that is just literally a bunch of mashed together visuals to fulfill a prompt. A bunch of stuff like this where people display the technological capabilities like, oh, he can knock on the door and smoke can come out. And look, is this kind of cool from purely a technical standpoint? Yes. But from an artistic standpoint, this sort of stuff is just, to me, so devoid of any heart and soul. Again, more just sci-fi slop. I mean, God, this is 22 minutes. Like, who do you think is consuming this and actually getting any kind of fucking entertainment out of this? More just dumb stuff. They're getting to the point they're comparing like the small little nuances between AIs. It's like, guys, who cares? So this one sort of starts with another fake news clip, but it's kind of part of this like
recent studies have revealed that microplastics are being found in human testicles, raising concerns.
You can never
about the
trust these
potential
studies.
impact on male reproductive health.
Dumb SNL bottom of the barrel BS. Mustard AI Die, the first 100% AI sketch comedy show. Like,
Seen a disturbing new trend emerge. Men smearing themselves with mustard
I love this mustard.
If we're going to do a sketch, if we're going to be silly and make comedy, do it for real. Like, have an actual actor do this silly, funny stuff. When you make an AI do it, maybe you are trying to say something or trying to be funny, but it is just so devoid of any human touch. There is no warmth. It feels soulless, and I just can't find any enjoyment out of this kind of content. I really can't. This one is kind of weird because it's like sort of trying to say something.
Do you think there is afterlife?
We're just AI actors, remember? We're only here for 8 seconds. I don't know what'll happen to us after this scene is done.
Try to be all like, ooh, this is interesting. We're saying something.
People watch AI movies, and some seem to enjoy them.
Nah, it's too like wanky, and it thinks it's saying something, but it's just not.
We have no say in any of it.
Yeah, you're not real. You're an AI. No one cares about your plight. The stuff like this and the people who say, I've seen authors for like small time books say, you know, I don't need to get a publishing deal with HBO. I can just AI generate my own miniseries and film adaptations. Like, no, you can't. And neither should you, because there is no way that an AI generated movie or TV show is going to have anywhere near the cultural impact of an actually handmade, crafted cinematic or TV experience. At best, you're going to have a bunch of other AI obsessed guys compliment your work, not because they enjoy the art, but because they're impressed by the technology. But no one will be engaging and interacting with your art because there's really not anything to engage with. What makes TV shows and movies and art like that compelling and interesting is that it's a collaborative product. It comes from a combination of actors, writers, directors, crew members, all these people coming together and putting a bit of themselves into a collaborative piece of art. And to me, that is an earnest attempt of trying to make something that might resonate with some people. I just really think that that has inherently some artistic value, even if the final product kind of sucks. Even non-collaborative artistic works, like what I'm doing right here, that's still art because I'm doing this with thought and intention. Like, I've put thought into the words that I'm saying and the message that I'm trying to convey. And you may not agree with the points that I've made or my presentational style or my editing style, but that's kind of okay. And that's sort of the point of art, is that we can all put out our expressions. Some people it will resonate with, some people will dislike it. Ultimately, it will stir some kind of interaction, some sort of engagement. It'll make you feel something and maybe make you think in some kind of a way about something that you didn't necessarily think about before. Expressing yourself authentically, putting yourself out there to be judged by other people who can interact and engage with that art. That's what art is, in my opinion. This AI shit is just timeline filler that you forget 5 seconds after scrolling past. So ultimately, what are we to do with all this? Because it's not going away. Like, I noticed 2 recent teaser trailers that were posted that had a lot of people talking. There's this one here for Lego One Piece, and then there's also this teaser trailer for Wicked for Good. What do you notice about these 2 teasers? A lot of people pointed out they really are mimicking an AI style. And to be clear, I think both of these teaser trailers were made by people, like genuinely, but I do think they are intentionally mimicking an AI style of video. And a lot of people are speculating that the reason they're doing this, these big studios are doing this, is so that when they eventually make a pivot to just fully AI generating their advertising materials and their promotional materials, we'll all have been primed by shit like this, and we just won't notice that they're producing advertising stuff that is completely AI. I mean, shit, you already had an entire Coca-Cola Christmas ad that was released last year. It says here, created by Real Magic AI. It's just... I just don't like it. They're trying to go for they're trying to go for like warmth and bright lights and like snow and comfort, but it just doesn't come across. I really don't get anything of value or substance from that. Even the shots of the dog, the deer, and the polar bear. It all just looks kind of uncanny and weird. I don't like it. And they obviously just did this because they knew it would make headlines, just the fact that the ad was AI generated. And I'm sure it saved a shitload of money. Like, they had to hire a bunch of trucks like this that would have cost them a fortune compared to how much they spent on this fucking slop. Just imagine all of the creatives, the animators, the actors, the crew members who are losing out on work because companies are going in this direction. It's very sad. So we have big media companies that are taking on the big AI companies, not so much in the name of protecting art and protecting copyright, more so just so that they can continue to profit off of their copyrighted works. We have online brain dorks who are generating everything from non-consensual nudes to political simping to wannabe art. And then there's us, the average consumer. What are we to do? Well, look, I'll be the first to recognize that the average consumer is just trying to get through their day. Life and making a living is hard. So if you are scrolling through your timeline and you see one of these AI generated videos and you give it a little bit of a chuckle or you laugh, that's okay. I'm not going to be one to shame you, all right? But what I would do is, I guess, to just encourage you to be conscious of what you're consuming. Maybe just don't like that AI generated video that came on your feed, or maybe unfollow that cute cats account that is now posting AI slop. And if you can, support real people who are putting themselves out there and creating art. Whether it's by subscribing to your favorite YouTuber's Patreon, or even just honestly by engaging with content that makes you think and that is made by someone who's earnestly expressing themselves. Because the only way that we can send a message to creatives big and small that this AI shit is just not the way to go is by showing that it has no value. It cannot substitute for the value that real art made with intention and meaning and expression has. And I don't like gatekeeping art. Like, I really do think anything can be art, you know, whether it's like a GoPro video of you riding a mountain bike or an OnlyFans video of you sitting on a cake. Like, all of it, in my opinion, is art, as long as it's human made, basically. I ain't here to judge humans, only robots who need to know their place and stop considering themselves artists. So there you have it. We've dissected most of the types of AI content on the internet. There's this little bonus genre, which is like dead celebrities. I've seen a lot of videos like this. I just didn't really know how to bring it up in the video. But yeah, people will AI generate like celebrities that have died, living it up in heaven. Oh, it's bizarre. But that's that. If there's anything that you felt like I should have covered in this video but didn't get to, feel free to leave it in the comments and maybe I'll cover it in a future video. But until next time, thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching all the way to this point in the video. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to go ahead and like or subscribe and leave a comment if you'd like. I'll be back soon with more content, but until then, take care. Cheers.